Well, it is currently the law that the federal government needs to upload these convictions for domestic violence, felonies, into the Federal Bureau of Investigation database that's searched when people attempt to purchase firearms. But when the federal government doesn't do this, and it's been reported that the Air Force just simply through inadvertence, human error, or some reason failed to do it, then there's nothing there to contradict the misrepresentation made by the purchaser when they go to buy the firearm. So we have better control over the federal government than we do the states. Under the Constitution, there's nothing we can do to mandate that the states cooperate. But that's why I believe through some collection of sticks and carrots, we might be able to incentivize the states to cooperate more. You remember this was a problem a few years ago, and when the Virginia Tech shooter, who had previously been adjudicated mentally ill, that information had not been uploaded. So there are enormous problems with the background check system. As I said, this is one of those areas of consensus on a very contentious topic. So at the very least, my hope is that we can do what we can to close those gaps and to fix it so people like this shooter don't fall through the gaps.
Do you have a better sense, in a bigger picture, the gap in reporting on domestic violence?
Well, all you have to do is look at some of the statistics, and we'll be sharing those with you to see that they are very much underreported by the states and by the federal government. The federal government does not appear to report any domestic violence. They do report dishonorable discharge, which is another reason to prohibit somebody from purchasing a firearm. But this seems to be an area where there is bipartisan support to come in and fix the background check system to make sure that we keep firearms out of the hands of convicted felons, people with mental illness, people who commit domestic violence and the like. If we can address that and close those gaps, I think that'll be a big improvement.
Senator Cornyn, there was also the man standing, the last man standing.
Say this again?
You mentioned bipartisan effort.
Right.
There was also a bipartisan effort to ban bump stocks after the Las Vegas shooting last month. And I'm not sure where that conversation has gone, but nothing has happened on that.
I'll be glad to update you. Senator Feinstein, who's introduced some legislation, has asked me to look at it, and I told her I thought it would be very helpful if Chairman Grassley of the Senate Judiciary Committee would have a hearing on the bump stocks, and particularly call the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms in to explain why they reported during the Obama administration they did not think they had the authority to regulate these bump stocks. As you know, the bump stock effectively turns a semi-automatic weapon into an automatic weapon, something that would be a crime if it was done through another method. So this seems to me to be a regulatory gap that needs to be addressed. And so I think that hearing will occur. I'm not sure what the date it's been set, but I know Chairman Grassley has said he wants to have that hearing, and I think we'll learn more in that hearing that we can then legislate from.